Bore da, how? Mrs. T here, lucky, I'm in school every day. So we're really looking forward to welcoming you back now, those of you coming in next week. So when you arrive at school, if you're coming in by bus, one of the senior members of staff will meet the bus and we ask you all to remain seated on the bus until we get to the bus and ask you to come off. When you get off the bus, it's really important still that you remain socially distant, so 2 meters apart. If we just look at the car behind us, Mr. Butcher, that car is probably just over 2 meters long. So you almost want a car's distance between you and the person that's in front of you, the person that's behind you or to the side of you. So when you're escorted off the bus then by the senior member of staff, they'll bring you along to this hole. We now have a gap in the fence over here for you to be able to walk through that fence, still socially distanced, and then you all have your map that we'll refer to in a moment that shows you the correct route into your pod. Whether you're in pod 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6, that will take you to the direct route to your pod. For those of you that will be travelling to school with your parents or in a car, you'll be dropped off outside the school. When you come in through the gates. Again, you follow the route through the car park up to where I am now, towards the back of the hall, and you will again, exactly the same as the other people then coming off the bus, you will come up through that gap in the fence and follow the route directly to your pod. Similarly, at the end of the day, you will be escorted out from your classroom with your member of staff into the yard, socially distanced. At that point, you will be escorted to your bus to make sure that you're getting on the right bus. You remain socially distanced, and then obviously you stay socially distanced on the bus on the way home. For those of you that are walking home, you live in St David's, you will be dismissed. You'll come out with your class, with your teacher, into the yard here, and then you make your own way home socially distanced. Those of you that are getting into a family car, again, you'll go back out through the gates and back into the car. And hopefully you've all enjoyed a good day at school. When you leave school, or before you leave school every day, some of you are in every day, but those who are in for a day, at the end of each day, you will be asked to complete a pupil questionnaire online so that we can get feedback on how you found the day, what you found useful, maybe what you'd like to see more of, less of, so that we can improve and get it right for each day you're in. Right, off we go. Right, I'm now going to show you the route to pod 1. Follow me, guys. Don't forget, when you enter any classroom, this is your pod, but when you enter any classroom, the first thing you have to do is you either find a hand sanitizer here to sanitize your hands, or you go to the sink, you use the hot water. When you wash your hands, we'll go through it once now, you have to use the soap here, okay, and then you wash your hands thoroughly, okay, making sure you're covering all areas of your hands, all the way up your wrists, all the fingers, okay. We then have new paper towel dispensers on the wall in every room, so you can take the paper towels and dry your hands. Okay, so when you leave the room, you do the same thing with sanitizer at the other end of the room. We can see here, Mr. Gosh, I'm exhausted walking all that way. So now we're in pod 1 in the art room. Now I'm going to show you from pod 1 which way you go on the one-way system if you need to use the toilets or go to the canteen. Follow me. Okay, so those of you in pod 1 may need to go to the toilet. And if you do, you follow the route out that we've just taken you on, and you come here, there's a give way sign. Now there shouldn't ever be anybody coming up that way, okay? But if there was, you would stand back and allow that person to pass. So if we're going into the toilets, you see here, we've got the boys on the left and the girls on the right. The first thing we'll do is we will come up and wash our hands, remaining socially distanced at the sinks. There's probably only enough room here for one person to be washing their hands at any one time. We will then go dry our hands. Paper towel dispensers are on the wall in the toilets. We've got the pedal bin here, so we don't need to use our hands. We use the toilet, we come back out, we wash our hands, and then we go through the process of drying our hands and putting the paper towel back in the bin provided. Then to get back to the toilets, to the classroom, we go this way. At this junction here, you would either go straight on if you were going to the canteen, but if you're going back to the classroom after going to the toilet, you would go directly out of these doors. However, if we have been to the canteen, we would go this way if we're going to the canteen. Assuming we've left the canteen, we're going back to the art room, we will follow the lines this way. Same as if we've been to the toilet, we'll arrive here, out of these doors, and follow the one-way system again then, back up, pod 1, and back up into the art room. Okay, so now you arrived at school, we're going to go to pod 2. This is the way you'll go to pod 2, follow me. So here we are at pod 2, entry C. Right, so we're in pod 2. When you come in, you'll see on the side here, in every classroom, instructions on how to wash or sanitize your hands. So the first thing you do when you come into pod 2, sanitize your hands. The others will be waiting behind you, socially distanced. So they'll have to wait that two meters behind you whilst you finish sanitizing your hands. So we're going to have to be very, very patient. Okay. Right, now I'm going to show you how to get from pod 2 to the canteen and to the toilets. But always don't forget to wash your hands on the way out. So when you arrive here, you can either go straight ahead and go into the canteen. You can see the route here into the canteen with the socially distanced marks on the floor. However, if you wish to go to the toilet, you go out, back out towards the quadrant, out through these doors. And so, you arrive at the boys' toilets, remembering to wash your hands before you go into the toilet and wash your hands again when you come out. And if you see on the walls now, we now have paper towels and we have pedal bins. So you don't need to touch the bin at all with your hands. When you finish washing and drying your hands, you use the pedal to lift the lid and put your paper towels in the bin. So this is now the route back to pod 2. Hi guys, now we're going to pod 3, which is Mr. Henshaw's classroom. So those of you in pod 3 will follow your one-way route. Here we go. Here we are. You see Mr. Butcher, we've arrived at pod 3. So we've arrived in pod 3, Mr. Henshaw's room. When you arrive in the pod, you come to the sink here. You have the choice then to wash your hands here, using the hot water and the soap. You have the paper towels here. All of the bins have a pedal, okay? And then if you prefer, you could sanitize your hands. When you leave the room, similarly, whether it's to go to the toilet, to go out for exercise, or to go to the canteen, again, you wash or sanitize your hands. I'm now going to show you the route to the canteen and the route to the toilets. So when I arrive here in the atrium, I have a choice. If I'm going to the canteen, you can see Mr. Evans going in there, I follow the one-way system that way. If I wish to go outside to the toilets, I will go this way. And so I've arrived at the toilets. You'll see in the toilets that we now have these pedal bins here. So the first thing you do before you go to the toilet is you wash your hands using the soap, staying socially distanced, there's plenty of room here to be 2 meters apart. Wash your hands thoroughly. Use the paper towel dispensers there to get the paper towels to dry your hands. And then when you finish drying your hands, you put the paper towels in the bin. No need to touch the bin, use your foot. This is the route back from the toilets. Safely back at pod 3. Hiya, welcome, croeso, bore da. And so this is the route now to pod 4. If you're in pod 4, when you've got off the bus, this is the way you go. Pod 4, entry B. Okay, so we just arrived in pod 4, which you'll know as Mr. Jones's science room. So as we come through the door, you'll see that there's a hand sanitizer here. There are instructions for the hand sanitizer as to what you do. You may choose to wash your hands, and then there will be paper towels here as well. After you've sanitised your hands, you may wish to use it if you've washed your hands. There are pedal bins all around the school. Only use the pedal bins so that you just have to put your foot on the bin and the pedal comes up to put any rubbish in the bin. Okay. So before you leave the room again, you can either sanitise your hands, and you can see now in all the classrooms we have these paper towel dispensers. So you can either sanitise your hands, wash your hands. Again, you've got the pedal bin, and then you can leave the room. I'm now going to show you the route that you will take to use the toilets or to get to the canteen and back to the classroom. So you've arrived here in the atrium. You can either follow the one-way system down that way as you go into the canteen, and you can see the socially distanced marks apart, so you would wait at that mark until the person in front of you is left. So if you go into the canteen, you'll continue this way. However, if you're going to the toilet or you're going outside, you follow me. And so you arrive at the toilets. You can see that in the toilets we have these pedal bins again, so that when you finish drying your hands, you can use the towels, paper towel dispensers here on the wall. So you wash your hands thoroughly before going to the toilet, and when you come back out, there is enough space here for there to be 2 people stood at the sink. So wash your hands before you go in, dry them, wash your hands when you come back out, paper towels into the bin, and now I'm going to show you the route that you would take to get back to your classroom. Welcome, bore da. So now we're going to pod 5. So I've got my pod 5 map. When you've got off the bus or you've arrived in school, this is the way that you'll go through the gap in the fence up to pod 5. Croeso, rydyn ni wedi cyrraedd at pod 5. Welcome, we've arrived at pod 5. I thought I'd say that because it's the Welsh room. Mrs Morgan, can I have some wow points please? Gai wow points o sgwelch yna. When you arrive at pod 5, as you come to the door, you'll see this hand sanitizer here. Those are the instructions for how to sanitize your hands correctly, making sure you get all areas of the surface of your hands. And then there are paper towels if you wish to use them after you've used the hand sanitizer. And you will find pedal bins all around the school so that you don't have to touch any bins and you can just dispose of your paper towels in the bin. Similarly, when you leave the classroom, do you want to have a look in this classroom? When you leave the classroom, you will also then sanitize your hands on the way out, paper towels, every time you enter the classroom again, same procedures. Right, I'm just going to show you the routes to the toilet and the canteen. Well, obviously from here, the toilets for the boys are directly across. You can see them, you've got the pedal bins again, socially distance at the taps, wash your hands before you go into the toilet, and when you come back out, use the paper towels from the paper towel dispensers here, put them in the bin. Okay, and then you would either come directly into the classroom from the boys' toilet. However, the girls' toilet is different, so I'll show you that. So we're at the girls' toilets. Same procedures, you've got the paper towels, boxes on the wall, you've got the pedal bins, socially distance at the taps, wash your hands before you go into the toilets, wash them when you come back out, dry them thoroughly, paper towels in the bin. Now, even though you've just come from Mrs Morgan's Welsh room, this is the route that you must follow to get back to that classroom. We're in the atrium, If we're going back to the classroom, we'll follow the one-way system back out of the door. However, if we're going to the canteen, it's a bit like being in the airport. You'll follow the one-way system around here, and we'll wait. If there's somebody in front of us in the queue in the canteen, we'll wait on these socially distanced marks here until we're called to go into the canteen. If we've been to the canteen and then we go back outside, we'll follow this route to get back to the classroom, which you would follow if you've just been to the toilet. Order down home. So you've got off the bus, you've been supervised getting off the bus, or you walked into school, you've come through the gap, and now I'm going to take you on your journey, the correct pathway to Pod 6, which you will know as Mrs. Jones or Miss Jones's History Humanities room. Follow me. And so I've arrived at Pod 6. Right, so when you come into the classroom, the first thing you'll see is you've got your pedal bin here, you've got the hand sanitizer, you've got the instructions here on how to hand sanitize your hands, or wash your hands thoroughly. Okay, there are paper towels there if you need to use them. We need to open those, I think, so they're ready to use. So you can just grab those. So paper towels here, hand sanitize, paper towels into the bin using your foot so you don't touch anything. And similarly, even though you've just maybe sanitised your hands to come into the classroom, if you go back out of the classroom, you sanitise your hands again. Okay, and now I'm going to show you the route to the toilets from this classroom. Okay, so if you come out to go to the toilets, you just wash your hands. It may seem really silly to you that the boys' toilets are just down there. However, boys, you're going to be really fit if you're in Pod 6, because if you need to go to the toilet, this is the route. Girls, you've got it easy. So the toilets for you are here, where they've always been. These are your toilets. You can socially distance at the taps when you wash your hands before using the toilets. You've got the paper towel dispensers on the walls here. Soap there, pedal bin. You wash your hands, use the toilet, come back out, wash your hands. And I'm going to show you the route back to the classroom and to the canteen. Follow me. Right, so we're in the atrium, and if you're going to the canteen, you're going to follow the one-way system around here, round to here, and if there's somebody ahead of you in the queue, you will wait on these socially distanced spaces which are marked with the yellow and black tape along the ground. Okay, so then if the area becomes free and you can go to the canteen, you're going directly that way. However, when we come out of the canteen, or if we had been to the toilets, we will follow the route back around, out through these doors. And this is still the route to the boys' toilets too. And boys, you've arrived at the toilets. So if you've got a step counter on, if you've got your step counter on like I have, boys, you'll be smashing it. So into the toilets here, socially distanced, pedal bins, wash your hands before you go in, wash your hands when you come out. And then back to Pod 6. Croissant. So you've been escorted off the bus, you've made your way into school on foot, or been dropped off at the front of the school by car, and so you're coming through this gap, and we're on our way to Pod 7. Okay, so we've arrived at Pod 7, the RE Humanities room, I should say. Be joyful, keep the faith, do the little things. Okay, so you may know this as Mr. Williams's room. So when you come into the room, you will see immediately as you come in, you hand sanitize your hands thoroughly. Okay, and there are paper towels there should you need to use them. And then you dispose of your paper towel in the pedal bins that you will find all around the school. Okay, so we have pedal bins all around the school. When you leave the classroom, similarly, again, you sanitize your hands before leaving. dry them if you wish, use the pedal bin. And now I'm going to show you the way to the toilets following the one-way system. So when you come out of this room, boys, similarly to pod 6, you're going to get really fit. Because even though the toilets are down there, we have to follow the one-way system. For the girls, look, it's nice and easy for you. You arrive straight at toilets, and you can see here, again, you've got enough room for 2 of you to be washing your hands at the same time. So you wash your hands using the soap, using the paper towel dispensers that we have on the wall here. You use the pedal bin, put the paper towels into the bin. You go to the toilet. You follow the same procedure, washing your hands, drying them, coming back out. Boys haven't got to the toilet yet. And this is the way we go around to get back to the classroom. However, if you were going to the canteen, boys and girls, you would follow this system, like the airport, round the barrier, and you arrive here. Now, should somebody be in the queue ahead of you, you will wait on this socially distanced line here. You find these markings all the way around the school until that spot becomes available and it's your turn to go to the canteen. When you leave the canteen, you follow this way round, and we're now on the journey back to the classroom for the girls. On the boys, we're still on the way to the toilet. Boys, we've arrived at your toilets. So similarly to the girls, wash your hands before you go in thoroughly, dry them using the paper towel dispensers here, pedal bin. You come back out, same procedure, and then to get back to your classroom, you follow this direction. And we're back. Be joyful. Keep the faith. Do the little things. Back in pod 7, Mr. Williams' classroom. So, we've arrived at the classroom. We've sanitised our hands and put paper towels in the bin. So now the same procedures apply in every classroom, in that we have to stay socially distanced. Now, if you look around the classroom, some of the desks have got IT devices set up for those of you that haven't been able to bring your IT devices in. So when you arrive at the classroom on the first morning, a member of staff will be waiting in the classroom to greet you, and they will ask you if you have your own device or whether you need to use a school device, and you will be seated accordingly. However, when they ask you to go to your seat, if I'm at that desk right over there in that corner, I can't make a beeline directly to that desk. I still have to observe social distancing, even though the others aren't in the classroom yet. So I will take this route here. I will walk down the middle. So I'm keeping everybody socially distanced either side. And I'll take my seat here. Now then, if I then need to go to the toilet, or it's my turn to leave the classroom, if I need to go to the toilet, the member of staff will allow me to go. But I will leave my seat and I'll have to remain socially distanced as I leave the classroom to come back out through the doors, remembering to sanitise my hands and dry my hands before I go out. When I came into the classroom, I could have been asked to sit at the desk directly here. Obviously, if that's the case, I can make my way to that desk. Okay, so now we've arrived back in the atrium to go to the canteen. So, what we'll do is we'll walk as far as this line here, opposite the cashless machine. Okay, your member of staff will have brought you, and the other people will be socially distanced on the stripes on the floor further back. Okay, if it's my turn, the member of staff has told me I can go into the canteen to get my lovely dinner, then I will go this way. So I'll come here. At this point, I will sanitise my hands. I will dry them if I need to, use the pedal bin, and I'll follow my line directly into the canteen. I've got my lovely dinner now, and I'm going to take it back to my classroom to have in the classroom, to my pod room. So we'll go round the desks, round the tables here, and around here, you follow this route close to the wall here. Look to make sure there's nobody coming, there shouldn't be. Across this way, and then I will follow the route that I've already heard back to my pod. Okay, so now it's my exercise time, or it's my break time. And so I'm being escorted out with a member of staff that's taking my pod out to break or for exercise. And if I follow the one-way route round to this point, then this is my exit point. So when you go outside, you'll see that you've got the one-way system marked in the arrows on the floor. Okay, so you can see them clearly marked all the way around. If I was going over to come back into the door over here, I would continue following the one-way system that way. However, if I was going up to the tennis courts, then I would follow this system. This is the way I would be going. As you can see, we plan to do a lot of outdoor activities with you. So in case it's maybe really sunny, or in case it's a bit wet, not that it ever rains in St David's, we have the tents here, and on the other side we have tents here for doing the outdoor activity should we need to. One of the activities that you will be doing is tennis with Mr Evans. So you would follow the route up here. Court will take us this way. We go to the tennis courts this way. If we were going back into the building, then we would follow the arrows in this way. Always remembering to keep our social distance. So let's just go to the tennis courts. So when we arrive at the tennis courts, Mr Evans will be waiting for us. Our member of staff will be with us. And obviously we're going to social distance when we get into the court.